Now, FOX54 Top Teacher, sponsored by Calhoun Community College.
Hello, Ms. Booth. You have been selected as Fox 54 Top Teacher of the Week.
Thank you very much.
So welcome. Look at that.
Congratulations.
My name is Adrienne Booth, Adrienne Booth.
Excellent. And your title here at New Century?
I am a math teacher, 9th grade geometry.
Oh, I'm a fan. I'm a fan because geometry is really hard.
Yeah.
And also I'm a fan because my mom's a math middle school teacher.
Oh,
middle school math teacher.
that's a special job.
7th graders?
I did that once. It was not my ministry. High school is more my speed.
I got you. So props to you. Math
Thank you.
isn't an easy subject,
No,
right?
it's not. It's not. And you know, being a 9th grade math teacher, it's just as much about helping the children, the students, my babies as I call them, integrate into high school and what high school is and how that's different from middle school. I mean, we got these little 13, 14-year-old babies in the building with 18, 19-year-olds. So it's really important to help them bridge the gap from the middle school headspace to high school and all the freedoms they have and that kind of thing. It's really important.
It is very, very important, especially with this being a magnet program that focuses on STEM. I was talking to Abigail about how this class complements what she does. She's into computer science, and so you would say it's essentially the foundation here. Right?
Yes, very much the foundation. I try to make sure that the topics I'm covering are going to help them with their standardized testing, the ACT, and also support them into the much harder classes and the AP classes that they end up in. I always tell them that you're here in 9th grade, but you're going to go on the track to calculus, and so here are the things we have to know to get there, and also try to help them learn to cope with some of their anxieties and some things like that. A lot of times with really competitive and driven students, some of them also struggle with some things like that, so I try to make sure my room is a safe place to help them learn those kinds of skills as well. I see that as my job as a 9th grade teacher.
I can tell. What are some of the fun and more engaging activities that you do in your math class?
I would say because I teach geometry, I was blessed to go to the National Math Teachers Conference a couple of years ago, and I went to a training where I learned about geometry and using art. And so I started a whole thing where I call it Geometry as Art, and we just take simple shapes or simple topics that we're learning, and I allow them to make their own art piece where they demonstrate that basic topic, and I put it all over the wall. So I call it their art piece, and it's our geometry art gallery, and I think they enjoy that for their own individuality. And then to see their art on the wall, I think it helps make the room feel like it's part of them.
That's great.
Yeah.
If I were to walk in your classroom, would I be able to see that?
So yes, in the back of the room, there's circles was the theme. They could do whatever they wanted. That's on the wall. And above my desk, the second day of school, we did squares and rectangles, just like to kind of break the ice into the new school, new class, new everything, and some of them I took down. But what's still left is circles on the wall and then squares and rectangles above my desk.
Excellent. I neglected to ask this question up top. How long have you been teaching?
This is my 30th year in education. I started in 1996 at Butler High School. Go Rebels.
Yay, congrats. So you're Huntsville through and through.
Yes, and Butler is no longer a school, but everything I learned at the school, there at that school, and I brought it over here to this new magnet school, so I'm happy to be here too.
Nice. And how long have you been here at New Century?
I think this is my 11th or 12th year. So when they closed my old school, I came here immediately. So I started in the fall of 2015. So I think this is year 11 or year 12. I lose track. Yeah. So I always tell my students that when I'm fussing at them, which isn't a lot, but sometimes I have to remind them, I've been teaching longer than you've been a human being. That's my favorite thing to say. But yes, so 30 years in education.
That's excellent. What do you hope in your years that your students have gained when they leave your classroom? Because have you always taught 9th grade?
Almost, yeah.
All years?
All the 30 years. Every now and then I had maybe 10th or 11th, but mostly 9th grade is my thing. I've been in the freshman academy. I'm not going to get emotional. I would just want them to understand that it's okay to make mistakes, and learning is a journey, not a destination.
I've really enjoyed it. She's a really nice teacher. She's very passionate. She's always willing to help out if you're struggling, and she just is a really sweet teacher.
Yeah, and math obviously is an integral part of technology. Do you feel like you get a good understanding of it? And you said that you're studying what here?
I'm studying computer science.
Computer science, yes. So do you think that taking up this math has complemented what you're studying here?
Yes, of course. In programming foundations, which is one of the classes I'm taking right now, we have to use a lot of things we learned during class to solve different problems and figure out different functions in that class. So it all kind of goes together.
And what do you think is the most engaging or fun activity rather that you've done so far in her class?
I really like when we, I don't know, there's a lot of things. I like when we, like in the mornings, when we all like start off at the beginning of the day with the bell ringers. She's always very energetic, and when she's teaching the lessons, she's just very engaging and sweet. And she's always like talking to students and making sure everyone's happy and trying to get to know everyone. So I really like the beginning of the day.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add?
She's a really great teacher.
Awesome. Good job. You did